Welcome to our Commonwealth Club of Rome webinars as part of this year's Diplomacy Festival. The Commonwealth Club has been collaborating with the festival for a few years now. The Commonwealth represents 54 countries and accordingly is well placed to contribute to the international dialogue that is stimulated through the festival. The Commonwealth Club was founded in Rome in 1947, 73 years ago, and seeks to contribute to the Commonwealth dialogue in Italy. The Commonwealth and sustainability go hand in hand. The Commonwealth Charter includes sustainable development and protecting the environment amongst its core values. CHOGM 2021 in Rwanda includes environmental amongst its 5 sub-themes. The UK is hosting COP26 in 2021, and this is being done in partnership with Italy. The Commonwealth Club of Rome is working on some initiatives to encourage collaboration between Commonwealth countries and Italy in this space. Transportation is a major polluter and accounts for 20% of greenhouse emissions. Electric and sustainable mobility is a key element in combating this. Motus-E is the first association in Italy made up of industrial operators, the automotive supply chain, the academic world and opinion movements to create a system and accelerate the change towards electric mobility. Today we speak with Dino Marcozzi, the Secretary General of MotusE. Welcome, Dino.
Good afternoon to her. Good afternoon to you, Ed.
Thanks. You. Dino, can you tell us a little background on MotusE and its ecosystem?
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Thank you. Well, MotusE is a platform. It's a platform that tries to cover all the value chain in the e-mobility in Italy in order to accelerate the transition to the e-mobility. Our organization is a no-profit, completely no-profit, and has many components and as constructors, OEM, original equipment manufacturer for vehicles. Then we have associated that cover the service of charging the vehicles. Then we have infrastructures and components, and also the services that are connected. In few words, we like to see the e-mobility like a sort of ecosystem that's completely open, but is really complex because there's many components and aspects. Moreover, we have also partners that are, of course, partners from academic. So we have all the main technological university in Italy, from Politecnico Milano, Politecnico Torino, then business schools like Bocconi or Lewis. Then we have opinion movement, also for customers, environmentalists like Legambiente and other and so on and so on. So our intention is to cover all the aspects and try to do two things. One is advocacy for the new era, and the second is lobbying, as in English style lobbying. So we correct lobbying using to take care of the interests of the components of our association. So we have several working groups that works together for many aspects. For instance, for infrastructures, the tariffs of charging, the market and the fleet, the local public transport, because we not only cover the cars, but we aim to have the other means, the other means. And so there are industry, local policies, decarbonization. For this, we are very happy to explain, to describe our activity, because we are open to see the most accelerated examples like in the UK, but also in the Commonwealth countries that can be a good example for our country. So we are very happy to start to exchange experience with other countries.
The world is experiencing a very particular time now, and I'd like to hear you comment on the post-COVID situation. I've heard you say reset, not restart. Can you explain this a little to us?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The SARS-19 COVID pandemic, like all the fateful events, has led us to review all the priorities. When you have very strong events, you try to review your priority. The mobility and the effect of the pollution produced, especially in several areas, are among the main activities that need a global reset. The difference from restart and reset is start like the business as usual. I mean, the same things that we did. So same pollution, no? Reset means to start in a different manner. So with different approach to the problems, because of course we know that the particles pollution. There are several studies that they can facilitate the COVID effect, but especially when you found a territory like Pianura Padana, flat that is completely covered because for its geographic situation has very strong pollution. So our lungs were ready for this COVID, and in fact the main effects were there mainly. Okay, now we are facing a second wave of this COVID. So it's like in this last months we had in a race, when you have the safety car in a race, means that all the traffic slowing down, and then they have time to recover something, to adjust something, and then restart. Okay, we want to not only restart like with the old manner, but with the new approach on this environment and on the traffic and on the mobility itself. I don't know if you see it.
Yes, it's better to restart once the safety car gets out of the way. You hope the obstacle is gone, but if you don't reset, the obstacle is still there. I've understood very well.
Exactly.
You talk about MotusE wanting to participate in the acceleration of change. What needs to happen to kickstart that acceleration of change?
Yes, okay. In Italy, if you look at the automotive sector, I mean, in the market of automotive, we are doubling the market every year, maybe more than doubling. For instance, last year in Italy were sold only 10,000 battery electric vehicles, 10,000, very small amount. This year is 3 times, between 2 and 3 times, so 28,000 cars. Next year, double, like all the exponential or geometric progression, they start very slow, but they can accelerate very, very quick. So our model, for instance, is a UK. No? In UK, they are, I think, 2 years ahead compared with us, but they had the same experience that we are having here. So our intention is to accelerate this. Also because during this year, from now to 2030, they will enter new limits to the emissions, especially to the carbonization. And now, for instance, the limit that we have in EU, UK is still part of EU. The limit are 95 grams of CO2 per kilometer. In 2025, this limit will be 80. In 2030, this limit will be 59, 60, and maybe less. So this will help the acceleration of this market. So we try to push, and not only the cars, but also the infrastructures, because now we have 45,000 of cars in our roads, and we have 16,000 charging points. That's a good number compared with the car, but with the acceleration of the market, we need more and more and more and more. So our intention is to push strongly on the infrastructures next years.
Where do you see all this heading in terms of where should it be heading? Where should our what lies in the future? What are the changes that are coming up?
Yeah, I think that the future can be described with a single acronym. This acronym is the CASE, C-A-C-E. CASE means connected, autonomous, shared, and electric. It means that the next future of the mobility will go over the pure possession of the vehicle, but a lot of sharing vehicles. I understand that now sharing is very difficult to speak about sharing with the COVID, but we think that the COVID at the end of the story will end, will finish. So the sharing can improve this, let me see, less cars. In Italy, we have 39 million cars in our roads. It's an incredible number. It's 6 cars for 10 people. It's absolutely crazy. So we try to have less cars, but more public transportation, more electric, more connected. The second letter A is autonomous, of course. We have many experience of autonomous driving, but my dream is that in 10 years, when one clerk goes to want to go to his office, he with his phone call an autonomous car. The car come in his house, at his home, take on board him, go to the office, discharge him, and they go to take another person, other people. So the autonomous is an incredible revolution. Another is, of course, this is shared, of course, sharing. So sharing is connected with connection. Just imagine the 5G platform, which means for the connection. And finally, electric, because of course, if you are electric, the pollution, the emissions in our cities are less. So our idea is another acronym, V2X, the vehicle connected to everything. It's a sort of Internet of Things, but applied to the mobility, okay? So this is our vision in the next future.
Dino, I wonder if you could maybe comment on developments in Commonwealth countries. Mm-hmm. How do you see these in the context of what you're doing here in Italy? And what about Brexit?
Okay. I mean, I think the automotive is very exposed to the market and to the uncertainties that can be destructive for a world of high competitiveness, of great technologies development. We know that in UK, they have some difficulties with, for instance, Japanese car makers in England, because of course they have a lot of problem with the taxation, the tax that could be between the country, okay? So the custom taxes. So they try to do bilateral deals. I know that the UK now is trying to have a bilateral deal with Japan. So Brexit will force UK country to do many of bilateral deals, because otherwise it will be a nightmare for them to do this. So frankly speaking, from my point of view, Brexit is not in favor of the future as we see the future, because the future will be connection, inclusion, not a separation. And I think that it will be very difficult to, for instance, Nissan has pushed back UK production of this flagship car, this Cascade model, until the middle of next year. And I'm reading an article from Financial Times, and so this could be very difficult to manage. So I know that Mr. Johnson's pushed a lot of this, okay, but frankly, it's very difficult, especially now with the COVID. Can you imagine the separation of UK in order to face the emergency? Now, EU is opening its next generation EU project with many hundreds of billion of euros to distribute for the next generation in order to cover. I think that this could be very difficult to manage in UK. And also, I think for the countries that follows UK in the Commonwealth.
Well, there's still a little bit of time left for things to sort out there, but we also have 53 other Commonwealth countries that, you know, have still 2 left in the European Union, Malta and Cyprus, and another 51 other countries, including Australia, Canada, who do quite a lot in this space. And so, you know, maybe we can close our session today auguring opportunities to dialogue with you further in the future. Absolutely. and involving some Commonwealth countries in specific areas that you think collaboration will be useful for both sides, where un mano lava l'altra, as they say here.
Exactly. One end washes another end.
Yeah, in these times, we're doing a lot of that. But let's do it for something useful for the future as well. So, Dino, thank you very much for taking your time today.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. Absolutely.
And sharing with us what MotusE is, such an important association, you know, in this context is doing. And as I said, I look forward to catching up with you in the future on some positive moving forward project.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, and have a nice time and a good afternoon. Bye.